Greetings RC Model Geeks, and welcome to part 3 of the Sig Wonder build. Right, I have been busy this morning. It might not look like it, but I've glued one wingtip on, which is there, and I've also shaped it. As you can see there. So that wingtip started off as a block of wood like that, as you can see, and it's ended up like that. If we turn it around, there you go, and around, underneath, and that's taken a good hour and a bit to do one of those, so I can see we're not going to get much done today. Yeah, but that tip is looking nice. It's not exactly as they've got on the plan, but you can do the tips pretty much however you want on this thing. So I've gone for the anti-vortex tip style. So this is the underneath of the wing, so the wing would actually sit like that way up. So there you go. Right, so I'm going to get on with the other tip now and create loads more dust to use a face mask this morning, as there was so much dust flying around. So I'll be back with you in a bit when I've done the other tip. Okay, got the second block glued on there. So now for shaping it. Okay, I've shaped one side of the block pretty roughly, so that it fits the aerofoil shape of the wing. And then I've marked the bit I need to cut out on the block there. So the next thing to do is I'm just going to roughly chop away at this first of all to get the major bits out, and then I'll probably hit it with a Dremel to sand the rest out. Right. I've hacked away at it with a Dremel, so we've got a rough shape. So now it's just a matter of sanding it with sandpaper and a sanding block and lots of elbow grease. So back in a minute when that's done, or 10 minutes more like. Back soon. Right, that's pretty much the wing finished. Both tips are done. Yeah, it's looking good. I've also shaped the ailerons, which are here. It's just done the edges on them. So that's good. So we can move on to something else, either the fuselage or the vertical fins. Back with you soon when I've decided which I'm going to do. Right, it's time for the fuselage, or at least part of it. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is glue on some doublers, which I've already done, and you can see it sitting there gluing off, and that one there. Okay, and after that you need to mark the position of the formers, which are F3 and F4. No point marking the position of F1, because that just basically butts up to that joint there. So the way you would do that is lay it over the plan. Now of course, if I lay that over the plan, I can't see where the formers are. So what you do, quite simple, you get a ruler like this one here, and you basically extend the lines of where the former is. So you draw 2 lines, one there, outside of the piece of wood that you're putting over there, and then you can see where the former goes. Easy, innit? Okay, back in a minute when I've done some line drawing. Right, I've drawn me 2 lines here and here, and as you can see they extend past the fuselage. So now when I plonk this on here like that, I can still see those 2 lines and those ones there, and I can just mark them straight onto the piece of wood, and then I'll know where my former's got to go. Simples. Back soon. Right, I've pretty much done as much as I can before I need the motor and stuff. So motor's turning up tomorrow. So yeah, this is as far as I can go with the fuselage until then. I've made up the skid, which has got some hardwood with 2 triangle pieces stuck to it, and that looks quite nice. Fuselage doublers and all that are in. Triangle pieces here are in on both of them. Yeah, so there's not a lot more I can do really. I'm going to have to modify this to put a hatch in the bottom for the battery. I think it's got to go into a hatch on the bottom, but I don't know exactly where the battery's going to go until we've got some idea of the CG and how it's going to sort of balance out and stuff with the motor. So all a bit up in the air. I might have to change this former. Because at the moment that former basically sits in there, and that's probably right where the battery's going to go, and as you can see there's a big lump of wood there, so we might have to flip that shape around and have a cut out at the bottom and have it solid up at the top there. But yeah, until we get all the gear, it's hard to tell really. So that is it for today. Oh, the only other thing I can't do, they want you to drill and tap these blocks for the nylon wing bolts, and it's 1032 thread, which I don't have a tap for, because we're in the UK and it's not American. So I might have to find some different wing bolts with a probably a metric thread actually. Yes, we will see what we will see. But yeah, that's the only problem so far. So there you go. I'm going to call it a day for today. Tomorrow's might be a fairly short video. I've got a few things to do in the morning, so I won't get onto this for the afternoon. But there again, Parcel Force probably won't turn up till sort of 12 o'clock anyway. So that's not a major problem. So anyway, see you all tomorrow for part 4. Like, comment and subscribe if you want to send us an email. There it is, right there. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.